Good morning, students. I am Dr. P.S. Kaushik, Principal at Sri Digambar Institute of Technology, Dosa, Rajasthan. This is my 8th lecture on the subject Engineering Mechanics. This subject belongs to third semester of Civil and Mechanical Engineering. Let us recollect what we learnt in the last lecture. We solved a problem on coplanar concurrent force system. Then we solved a problem to find the resultant of a coplanar non-concurrent force system. We made detailed deliberation on coplanar non-concurrent force system on how to find the point of application. Then we solved a problem completely based on coplanar non-concurrent force system. We then made a detailed deliberation on free body diagram with its importance in engineering mechanics. When we solved a problem to find the resultant of a coplanar non-concurrent force system, what we did, we resolved the forces along the horizontal axis and along the vertical axis, and then we found we apply the Pythagoras theorem to find the resultant. Then we found the angle of inclination from the horizontal by applying the formula tan theta is equal to summation v upon summation h. In non-coplanar force system, this is coplanar non-concurrent force system, the complete explanation of the resultant will be if we found the line of action and the point of application from the reference point. For the point of application, we applied the principle of moment to find the point of application from the reference point. For example, if there are say F1, F2, F3, F4 forces, then the resultant from the point of reference will be the distance expected x into the magnitude multiplied by the x equal to the first force into its distance from the reference point plus second force into its distance from the reference point, and so on. Then x is found out like this. Let R is the resultant. Say this is the force system. Say F1, F2, F3. That its resultant passes through this line, and this is x. Then x into r equal to say this is known distance a, this is known distance b, and this is known distance c. Then F1 into a plus F2 into b plus F3 into c. So by this we can find out that F1 x1 plus F2 x2 plus F3 x3 upon R. This way we can find out the distance from this point for the resultant. Then we made a deliberation on free body diagram. What is free body diagram? As I told you in the last lecture, if the we want to find out, we want to analyze part of a structure or part of a body, then we virtually remove the part from the body, and we show the reaction at the point of engagement of the body part with the body, and we show the external forces applied, and if applicable we show the internal, that is weight of that part, and we analyze this. This way we can analyze a part of a body, and we call it a free body diagram. Then now next comes the Lamy-Thomas. Very important theorem, but applicable for the concurrent coplanar force system of three forces. It states that when if a concurrent coplanar force system of three forces are in static equilibrium, then the ratio of the force magnitude to the sine of the angle made by the other two forces taken in succession will be equal. Refer to the figure, that is, it is a force A, angle made by the force B and C is alpha, then that is force B, the angle made by the A and C is beta, then force C and the angle made by the A and B are gamma. Then we can say C upon sine gamma equal to B upon sine beta equal to A upon sine alpha. This way we can say that this is the Lamy-Thomas. Its proof is very simple. We can simply apply the sine rule. For example, use graphical method and draw the force vector like this. Just first take a scale. On that scale, then draw the magnitude of force A this way, that is parallel to A. Then from the arrowhead draw a line parallel to the force B on the same taking magnitude. Then draw a line parallel to the force C this way. Now the resultant of A and B will be pointed this way, but as I told you earlier, this force C is equivalent of force A and B, hence its direction will be this way. This is force C. Hence, now coming back again. Coming back, this is the angle between force A and force B, which is equal to gamma. This is gamma. This is the angle alpha between B and C. This is the angle beta between A and C. This one. Now, since this is a 180 degree straight line, this is the 180 degree straight line, then this angle will be pi minus beta. This will be pi minus gamma. This will be pi minus alpha. Now you can apply the sine rule. that B upon sine pi minus beta equal to A upon sine pi minus alpha and C upon sine pi minus gamma. These are equal. Then we know sine 180 minus theta equal to sine theta. Hence this will be C upon sine gamma equal to B upon sine beta equal to A upon sine alpha. Hence the proof. Now let us solve some problems based on Lamage theorem. Take the first problem. Here a smooth sphere of radius 15 centimeter and weight 2 Newton is supported in contact with a smooth vertical wall by a string whose length equals to the radius of the sphere. The string joins the point on the wall and a point on the surface of the sphere without inclination, and the tension, work out inclination and the tension in the string and reaction on the wall. So we have to find out this inclination. This is the inclination. Then tension in the string and the reaction at the wall. For that we have to draw a free body diagram. This much is R and this is also R. We have joined the string with the sphere here at this point, and this is the reaction area. As I told you earlier, the reaction, since wall is considered smooth, there will be no frictional force acting here. Hence the reaction will always be acting vertical to the wall like this. So draw a free body diagram. This is the point, origin, this is center of the sphere. This was reaction was here somewhere. Then we extended the reaction outward by applying the principle of transmissibility. So it was a compressive force here. We have extended it into tensile by applying this force, just changing the point of application of this force from wall to the center point of the sphere. Then similarly the string is always in tension and the weight is acting downward. Now find the angle. Since this is R and this is 2R, so R upon 2R equal to sin theta, and then theta comes out to be 60 degree. Sorry, R upon 2R is cos theta because this angle is here. So R upon 2R is equal to cos theta, which comes out, gives the theta equal to 60 degree. The sphere of the is in equilibrium under the action of following three forces, that is weight, the reaction and the tension in the spring. This angle you can find out very easily now. This is 60, this is 90, the total comes out to be 150. This is 90 as it is, and this will be 180 minus theta, that is 120 degree. Theta is 60 degree. So now apply the sine rule or Lamage theorem. That is RB upon sine 150 equal to W upon sine 120 equal to T upon sine 90. This is the thing we have applied here, and solve it, which gives tension to 2.31 Newton and the reaction at the wall 1.2 25 Newton. I think this is simple problem. Now take another problem. This problem we can solve by two methods. First is, let us first read the problem. A body acted upon by three forces P1, P2 and P3 as shown in figure this. Is under equilibrium. If P2 is 300 Newton, make a calculation for the force P1 and P3. Again, just calculate the angles. This is 90 degree, this is 60 degree, it comes out to be 150 degree. Then this is 90 plus 30, 120 degree. And this is just subtract all these two angles from the 360 degree. You will find the angle here, this much. Then you can apply simply the Lamy theorem, that P2, that is 300 upon sin 150 equal to P1 upon sin 30 plus 90, 120 plus P3 upon this angle, and solve it. It comes out to be, otherwise now proceed as per this method explained here. Draw a triangle, that this is a force P2 making an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. Then draw a line parallel to P1 and then draw a line parallel to P3, that is vertical force. That is this. Then find the internal angles and apply the sine rule. This is 60 degree, the P1 upon, this is P1 upon sine 60 equal to P2 upon sine 30 and then P3 upon sine 90. And then solve for P1 and P3. Take another problem here. Two rollers of the same diameter are supported by an inclined plane and a vertical wall. This is the inclined plane. This is the vertical wall. The upper and lower rollers are respectively 200 Newton and 250 Newton. In weight, assuming a smooth surface, find the reaction induced at the point of support A, B, C and D. Here This is 200 Newton, this is 250 Newton in weight. We have to find the reactions at A, B, C and D. The upper cylinder is kept in equilibrium by the following three forces. Number one, the reaction here, which is going through the line joining the center of the spheres. Then weight W, that is 200 Newton, and then the reaction, the surface is smooth, so it is normal to the surface, like this. So what we did, the reaction which is compressive both at both points, here and here, we made it tensile just by extending the force beyond the point of reaction outwards, like this, from here to here, by applying the principle of transmissibility. And then we found these angles, this angle, this angle and this angle, say alpha, beta, gamma, these are the angles. Then we found out, and then we will apply the Lamé-Thorme here, which is being done here. Since these three forces are concurrent and Lamé-Thorme is applied, here, this is here R2 upon sine 180 minus 15 RD, that RC upon sine 90 plus 15, and the W upon sine 90, which comes out to be, gives RD equal to 51.676, then RC equal to 193.18. Similarly, then for the lower roller, whose weight is 250 Newton, reaction RA is vertical to the wall, reaction RB active perpendicular to the inclined surface, and pressure RD from the upper cylinder to the in the direction O1 O2, that is along the line joining the centers of the two spheres. Here, since there are total 4 forces, so Lamé-Thorme cannot be applied. Say we will resolve the forces along the O1 O2 and vertical to O1 O2. Here, resolving the forces along O1 O2, we get RA cos 15 minus W1 sin 15 minus RD, which equal to 0. Since this RC is vertical, hence its cos component will automatically be 0, hence not shown here. So we calculate it, and it comes out to be 120.63 Newton. Now resolving the forces perpendicular to the O1 O2, again RB minus RA sin 15 minus W1 cos 15 equal to 0, which comes out to be 272.68 Newton. Now take another example. Here two smooth spheres PQ, each of radius 25 centimeter and weighing 500 Newton, rest in a horizontal channel having vertical walls. If the distance between the walls is 90 centimeter, make calculation for the pressure exerted on the wall and the floor at the point of contact A, B and C. Now this is 90 centimeter, this is 25. So this distance will be 40 centimeter. This distance will be 50 centimeter. Okay. Then we can find out this angle. 40 upon 50 equal to cos theta. If this angle is theta, then 40 upon 50 equal to cos theta. Okay. So the following points needs consideration. These pairs are smooth and such that pressure at various points of contact would be normal to the surface. What I want to say is, this surface is considered smooth, this surface is smooth, and this point of contact, these spheres are smooth, so there will be no frictional force here, here and here. So the normal reaction between these two will be along the center points, line joining the center points. Here it will be smooth like this, and this will be like this. Weight will be acting downward like this, both. So we find out here angle alpha shown here, that is 40 this and 50 this, radius this and radius this. So it comes, alpha comes out to be cos inverse of 40 upon 50. With reference to the figure 2.67, the line C1 C2 makes an angle alpha with the horizontal line passing through the center C1 of this pair of these pairs. Then cos alpha B minus R1 R1 over 2R, that is 40 upon 50, which comes out to be 36.87. Here. Now considering equilibrium of this pair, C2 summation fx is equal to 0 करने पर RB minus R cos alpha equal to 0, it gives you summation fy equal to 0, means R minus R sin alpha minus 500 equal to 0. Solving these two, we find or that reaction between the pairs is comes out to be 833.33 Newton, and the RB equal to R cos alpha, which comes out to be 666.66 Newton. Now considering the equilibrium of this pair P, summation fx is equal to 0, RA minus R cos alpha equal to 0, which comes out to be this much, and then R C is equal to W plus R sin alpha, that is 500 plus 833.33 plus sin 36.87, which comes out to be 1000 Newton. Now refer to the another problem. Refer to this system of cylinders arranged in as depicted in the figure. 2.69. The cylinders A and B weighing 1000 Newton each and weight of the cylinder C is 200 Newton. Determine the forces exerted at the contact points. Here, this is a very simple problem. When analyzed closely, A, B and C are the centers of the spheres. AB equal to 2 minus 0.6 upon 2 minus 0.6 upon 2. कैसे? This is AB. Total distance is 2 meter. That is, this much is 0.6. And this is also 0.6. So 2 minus 0.6 by 2. This is half, na? Yes, 0.6 by 2, that is 0.3. So 0.3 plus 0.3 total हो गया 0.6. When we subtract it from 2, it comes out to 1.4 meter. AC, that is 0.3 plus 0.6, that is 0.9 meter. Then cos alpha, (1.4 by 2). This is half. This much. This is total is from here to here 1.4, but half is this much, that is 0.7. Now cos alpha is comes out to be 0.7777, that is alpha equal to 38.94. Now you can apply the Lyamis theorem for the cylinder, that is sphere C. This sphere, we can apply the Lyamis theorem. How? The reaction at this point, it will be somewhere here. We extended it beyond the center of the sphere like this. Similarly, reaction at here, we have extended it somewhere like this. So this is R reaction, see R A reaction, this is R B reaction, and weight is acting vertically downward. This way, now we can find out these angles easily now. So this is, and we can apply the principle of transmissibility. R1 upon sine 90 plus alpha, this is 90, and this is alpha plus 90, and alpha is 39 degrees, is this much, 38.94. So this one upon sine alpha, this one upon, that is alpha plus 90 degree again, it will be same, and C, the angle C will be 360 minus these two, this one and this one. So R1 upon sine 90 plus alpha, or 2 upon sine 90 plus alpha, or 2000 upon sine 180 plus 2 alpha. Sorry, 180 minus 2 alpha. How? This is alpha, this is alpha. This is angle is 180 degree. total is 180 minus this alpha and this alpha. Or otherwise you can calculate like this only. This total angle is 360 degree. Just subtract this angle and this angle from 360. You will come to know the angle this was. Then apply the Lemaitre and you come out to be reaction at A this much. Considering the free body diagram of cylinder A, since these angles are equal, by symmetry you can find out then reaction at B and A will be equal, which comes out to 1590.87 Newton. Now, considering the free body diagram of cylinder A, we find out summation Fx equal to R sin summation Fx equal to 0 equal to RA minus R1 cos alpha equal to 0, which comes out gives RA equal to 12.1237.38 newtons. Summation Fy equal to 0 करने पर R1 sin alpha plus W minus R3 equal to 0, which comes out give you the this much. Thanks for watching this lecture.